Hey everybody, it's your old pal Chuck, and I'm back with another review. I hope everyone is doing well. We are taking a look at from the Transformers Earthrise line, the subline of war for Cybertron. This is Voyager class Grapple. I got Grapple from Amazon, and we'll get into that a little bit later because I have some interesting and funny insights. Unlike the Hunt for the Decepticons Reveal the Shield version, this version of Grapple is much closer to its original G1 design, and even features some little episode-specific extras, like the little claw hand. As you can see here, I am able to store all of his accessories and weapons in vehicle mode. Very nice indeed, including the little laser attachment that replaces one of his hands. By the way, that's where it is in packaging. I've seen several reviews where the reviewers completely miss that attachment, think it was not included or lost, but no, they pack it attached to the crane where it can store in vehicle and even robot mode if you so desire. Obviously, the weapons are being stored using the combat system effect ports, which are all over. In crane mode, you can take this little claw, which was used in one episode and was even a hallmark of the Masterpiece figure. You rotate in the hook as so, revealing another 5mm port, and there it goes. Now, let's bring in Grapple's special buddy Hoist, and can I just say how great it is to have Grapple and Hoist looking like they're cartoon models in a line together. I think it's wonderful, and we can actually just clip this on. If I can. Might be a little easier to do it without it attached, and so I can see what I'm doing. Oh God, that was so hard. Oh, this new connection system is not wonderful. But as you can see, Grapple can lift Hoist. I think it was actually in that episode he was saving Hoist. So, yep, you can do that if you so desire, or attach it to like any of the other special bridge connection ports. I'm going to leave the little hook off to the side, because as soon as we come back, we're going to get into the transformation. Okay, we're back, and we're going to get into the transformation. Besides removing the claw, I've gone ahead and removed the blaster. You can leave this little laser hand attached. First thing you want to do is flip the hook up so it tucks in, and then collapse the crane in ever so slightly. Next, what you want to do is come to the base of the crane and detach the arms, flipping that up and out around the cab. Separate said arms and bring them around and peg them into the side of the cab. And then you want to rotate the arm so the elbow joints are facing up. Next, what we're going to do is come around here, rotate the crane backwards, and this is a point where a lot of people are breaking their figure. Very carefully, what you want to do is a little wiggle jiggle, and you're going to pull the back crane section out of what will be the feet. It pegs in, and what you have to do when you get this figure out of its packaging is you need to get a file. I recommend using a glass file, a nano glass file, or even a regular glass file, and you want to go and shave the ends around. This is a round peg going into a hexagonal, hexagonal hole, so you need to file the ends down to make it fit. Not too much because you don't want to make it loose, but if you don't do it, you will break the pegs at some point. In fact, I think I can even do it a little looser, but I'm not that worried about it. You still also want to always use care with your figures. Next, what you want to do is collapse this whole orange midsection so it's up against the back. Before you continue forward, you want to grab the hook section, fold it down so it's up against the bracing point there, and rotate this section down so it reveals the head. And what I recommend doing, we're going to look at it from this side, is there are the little horns here on the top of the cab hide little sliding grooves. So you're going to want to slide the head into place, and it will hold on quite well, believe it or not. And while we're here, you can go ahead and rotate the arms down. Now to come down to the feet here, and we're almost done with the transformation, it is relatively simple. You want to rotate it out on a double hinge so that the feet lay flat against the bottom of the leg. And now you can come in to these black sections and rotate them out, revealing the fists. Now, traditionally, this hand of Grapples uses the laser hand, so you can go ahead and attach it like that. Bringing in his other accessories, if you'd like to store this claw on the robot mode, you can do so at the base of the crane unit, which is behind his head. And of course, here's its blaster. Very nice reproduction of the original G1 blaster. And presto changeo, we have Grapple in its robot mode. It does feature the ankle articulation. This one's a little bit tighter, but it works. Just got to play with it a little. Other than that, yeah, this is basically a $30 version of the $120 Masterpiece figure. While obviously the Masterpiece figure has a couple more bells and whistles, this guy really does do the job. You don't have the little back magic where the entire crane unit folds up into the torso, but it's pretty close. So yeah, other than that, not much more to say about the figure. So we'll pause, and I'll give you my final thoughts. Okay, so I think Grapple is a solid figure and definitely worth adding to your collection. But again, please do that little modification I mentioned about filing down these pegs, or else you really are not going to enjoy this figure much because it will break. And that is something I hope in later production runs Hasbro fix but I don't see it. But then again, they fixed the issue with Siege Starscream's chest plate, so who knows. Now, as I mentioned in the beginning, I got this figure from Amazon.com, and much like with Siege, Amazon was doing a staggered release. First, we got the Micromasters. Then there was a significant period of time of waiting, and then came the Voyagers. I actually got Grapple, and then several weeks later, I got Starscream. And finally, I got the final two deluxe figures that I had on pre-order. Now, keep in mind, I got all of these were released earlier than their original release date, but they have already been found on brick and mortar retail for about a month and a half now, which is how I was able to review some of the figures already because I bought them off of eBay and what have you. Another thing to note is Sound Barrier and Optimus Prime were actually canceled by Amazon, but eventually and are now available for purchase. Now, I've heard various reasons that certain warehouses get certain stock at the time, but in terms of like splitting up the Voyagers, that really doesn't make sense since Grapple and Starscream are in the case at the same time. Regardless, people have options for pre-orders and stuff, so Amazon's an option, and you can always cancel before your pre-order comes in stock if you find the figures on the shelf. So, as I said, I hope everyone's doing well, staying safe. I'll be popping these out as much as I can, maybe doing little vlogs, trying to bring a smile to everyone's face during this time of uncertainty and unrest. But wash your hands, cover your mouth. For Grapple, I will see you next time.